We're with Dean Kannemeyer chatting about his card of runners at Hollywood Vets, Kenilworth, on Saturday, the 16th of November. Dean, you've got a super busy day on Saturday, but starting out with race 1, 4 runners in the 1200 meter maiden plate. Some really beautiful pedigrees here. You must be looking forward to stepping these out.
Yeah, we've been sitting on these horses for quite a long time. The owners have been very patient. And when they need time, that's the only thing you can do is just have a lot of patience. Except for Palancar, they were all up in Durban. They went up for their winter season. They keep the sun on their backs. But they got pedigree, some bred to stay on and things like that. But it's now, I didn't want to run them at Durbanville. I wanted to run them first time up the straight. Normally I take them up there and get at least one run under their belts. But your reasons why. One or two had a little virus, one just needed more and more time. So we look forward to seeing them run on Saturday. I was hoping that they split the race and they were all 4 in one race, but nevertheless, we're all ready for Saturday.
So what can you tell us about them? So we've got Gurkha, who's a fireaway, Craft Market with that beautiful Northern Hemisphere pedigree from Master Craftsman, Palancar, the United States, and then Honorene's Gimme, who also lovely pedigree. So I imagine probably not much to choose between these 3 yet.
Well, they also, as I say, got wonderful pedigrees, and if you take a horse like Gurkha, very good female line, Gurkha, and he'll end up going a mile, 600 meters, but we'll start him off. I had to geld him too. I got him back because he was just becoming completely outrageous, but a lovely horse, and settled him down. So I think a run under his belt will bring him on tremendously, but he'll be doing good work at the finish. But he's a lovely, well-balanced horse. That's him, and then of course we've got Craft Market. He's horses brought in from the Northern Hemisphere. Sometimes it take a bit of time when you move from the Northern Hemisphere to the Southern Hemisphere. So he's although he was an early foal, we've given him plenty of time. He's a horse that without a doubt is going to stay on. Not a big horse, but covers a lot of ground. But I think a run will do him good. Probably lack a little bit of speed in the early stages, we lost. But I'll probably give him one run and then I'll put him over more ground. But everybody's been very patient with him. And then we have a look at the other 2. We've got the Palancar, also United States, out of a Fastnet Rockmare. Also, owner's been very patient with him. We picked up a few issues in between. It went very shinsaw, but that can happen. And we also gelded him because he was going to quite a big, heavy horse. So a big horse, medium size, but quite a heavy horse. And so I said, okay, we'll bring him out in the springtime, Kenilworth up the straight. And he's a nice type, but I think the experience of a race will do him good. But we try to give him as much work as possible back home. And then Honorene's Gimme, very well bred, give me the green light. Colt, also had him in Durban, gave him plenty of time. I'm sure we just needed for the season to turn before he started to do this. But a lovely colt, and I'm expecting a nice run from him. But also I do believe his horse, one run just for the penny to drop, he'll put it together. Also, I have no doubt that he'll end up going over a mile.
Then race 2, the 1400 meter maiden plate. You're sending out Rich Folks Hoax. He's got the 5 draw, Craig Zaki on board. Started his career in Durban, and I thought put up a really smart Cape debut. Yeah,
very pleased with his last run. He had his first 2 runs in Durban, but he had a bit of a problem with the gates. He was actually a wonderful horse to work with. He went to the gates, they put him in first, he stood for about 4 or 5 minutes, about say 3-4 minutes, and then he panicked and got badly left. But he was a wonderful horse to work with, and his next start, he went in and he didn't want to stand too long, and he also got left. And then we gelded him. And I gave him a run up the straight before I brought him back, which was a fair run because he's a horse that's going to go over ground. And then I brought him back to Cape Town, and a very good run the other day at Durbanville. Milan did a lot of work with him at starting gates because they had bad experience his first run, but he's a lovely horse. He's out of a wonderful female line, Lady in Black, Nexus, all that family. But he's going to be at his best, I think, a mile 1800, but hopefully we can get away with it on Saturday. He's doing well.
race 3, the 1400 meter progress plate. This looks a very competitive field. You're sending out William Ironarm with Craig Zaki on board, has the 9 draw, comes down from Joburg, with some really, really useful form, has been gelded, and this will be his first start in the Cape. So what have you learned about him so far?
Yeah, he's a big fella, smart looking horse. He had some good solid form as a younger horse. And I remember he came across to Durban. I think he ran in the Daily News. And anyway, I've taken the horse over and I immediately gelded him. And he's a horse there's a 1400, could be a bit on the sharp side for him, but he's a lovely horse. I think his horse is wanting 1600 plus. So I'm expecting a nice run from him, but I know that he'll come on tremendously with this run under his belt. He was at one stage, I think, a 116, probably one of the strongest progress plates in South Africa. We've seen some very good horses, and that's what's happening going into the Cape season. So some well-performed horses. But it'll give me an idea where I'm going with him for the season that lies ahead. But he's looking pretty good. I mean, he's looking super good, and he's moving well. I believe he used to hang a lot before. So I did put him on the grass once and didn't hang at all, and all seems to be good. But I think potential, and we've got a program that lies ahead.